Hi everybody, happy Sunday. I'm waiting to see if my phone works and doesn't tell me to rotate it. Hopefully I have this down, but you know me, you never know. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. Nice weather. Let's hope it stays that way. I could go for this weather for another 3 months. Hi Stacy. Drop in, say hi. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the second set of the Snowflake Showcase. Remember Friday morning I did the snowflakes and Snow's Glistening as it's called. And the other one I'm going to do today is Happiness Surrounds. So I just wanted to show you both. And I will show you the cards that I did on Friday again too. Just a couple of reminders. This it's not a bundle, okay? They're separate pieces that you can buy. Let's do this the right way. Separate pieces that you can buy November 1st. And so it's not a bundle, but it has all these different things. The two stamp sets, the framelits, the snowflake trinkets, and the white velvet sheets. Okay, and if you don't have that information, I can get you out that information this week. If you don't have a demonstrator, just contact me. You can start pre-ordering that through me on October 28th. I'm going to get everybody's order out on November 1st. So behind me, this way for you, is my basket of hope. I did that on Friday. I showed you everything that was in here. I'll make a list and put it on there, but lots of goodies. Okay, 3 stamp sets, twine. I think there's 4 packets of unopened and new designer series paper. I will put the list on the video later, probably tomorrow. And that is my basket of hope. I am raffling that off, $5 a ticket or 3 for $10. This is to help my niece who is fighting breast cancer. Hence, fight like a girl, Chrissy, you got this. And for everyone else out there that is battling this terrible disease. Okay, so again, and thank you to the stampers that have already donated. And I will be raffling that off on October 31st live on Facebook, okay? So, let's get stamping. So let me just move my camera and hopefully I don't lose anybody. Yay, I think it's going to work. Keep the comments coming. I do answer them even if I don't answer them right away. Okay, let me just move this. I was playing around with the camera again. I'm never happy with it, so I'm always playing. There we go. Sorry if I made you dizzy. Okay, so here's my host code for October. If you'd like to order online through me, you can use that host code. To get a hold of me, you can go to Stampersdelight.com. That is my blog and my website. And then here is my Stampin' Up! Website. So this is the way, different ways you can get a hold of me. Okay, and this will have my email there. I don't like to post my email, but you can just go to Stampersdelight and everything would be there. Okay. So let me show you again. And of course this is in black and white and it doesn't do it justice. So here are the stamp sets and the framelits, and we'll show you those. So this is the one that I did on Friday. The snow is glistening, and today is going to be Happiness Surrounds. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did with that one. And then, of course, the framelits are all jumbled up in here now because I've been playing with them. You get a lot of framelits. A lot of things to play with. I love this one. So there's a lot of pieces to this. Then we have the two different design snowflakes. Loving those too. It was very hard not to put those on my card, although you could, because some of them look like flowers. Okay, and the velvet paper I have on my card. I think I used all mine up already. So let's show you what I came up with, okay? So one of the cards, the first one I did was this. And just stamping on mint macaron. And the background stamp, I'll bring that in, was this one. Okay, and I just stamped in the corner. And then I used some of the glitter, or glitter paper for the other pieces. So put that right the right way. So this set is nice because, well, also we've been working on Christmas and holiday cards. So this is kind of nice, a little bit of change today. Okay, let me just make sure Okay, yep, everybody's good. Okay, and then on the inside, it said, here's to a new beginning. So it's a congratulations card. And this ribbon here is from the annual catalog, and it is Pool Party. So it's not exactly the right color, I mean, same color, but it kind of offsets it really nice. And I'll bring those in so you can see all those great details. Aren't they nice? Okay, another thing I wanted to show you is, well, I'll show you this card first. This one I used with First Frost, which I used on Friday a lot. So this is the designer series paper from First Frost, along with that framelit that I absolutely, absolutely love, because it's got a framelit that's a little bit bigger back here for your background, and then one you can stamp on. And this is with Blueberry Bushel. So I like the way that came out. And then I stamped this one, and then, of course, the framelit cuts them out. So, I mean, awesome, awesome set. Now this, I'm going to show you something I thought of, and I said, wow, that really matches. You'll see that in a minute. Now, the other thing is this inside stamp, which is this one, I inked it up in the Blueberry Bushel, and I tapped it off twice. I stamped off twice. And if you could see that, it actually looks like a stencil. Isn't that great? It really looks like a stencil. So again, look in, you know, the holiday catalog, mix and match, the annual catalog. But now remember this stamp set right here, because I got to show you something. In our regular catalog, and it is on page 202, we have our embossing paste and our what do we call them here? Decorative masks, okay? Well, as soon as I saw this stamp, I thought, doesn't that go so well with that? I mean, it's got the points and the little doodads, and I just thought that was great. So I did this with the embossing paste and the decorative mask. I always forget what that's called. And then I used one of our shimmery doilies there. And this is Fresh Fig. And again, I didn't put anything on the inside because this might be a little note card for me. And again, I used that same stamp, and I stamped it off, and it looks like a stencil. Isn't that great? I just love this one. And you could do it in any color. The embossing paste seems to pick up whatever color card you put it on, I think. So I love that one. Okay, so that's out, those two. Another one that I did was just a little Hello Friend card, and this is with Calypso Coral and then the Gray Granite. And I just used all the stamps. So I'm going to do, this is one of the cards I'm going to stamp tonight, but of course I always change up the colors so you can see different colors. I think that's important because it gives you an idea of how cards are going to look with other colors other than the one I show you. So if I just stamp this, you've already seen the card, so we'll try it with other colors, and I never know how they're going to come out. And then, of course, this one, again, is a note card. So I'll change that one up a little bit, but I am going to stamp one like that. The other card that I didn't do as many as I did with the Christmas ones, but this is a fold-out card. So, again, it's a For You card, and you see I used the First Frost Designer Series paper. And this is, well, you'll see it when I open it up. So this opens up like this. Okay. And I did use the long framelits there, so they do overhang. Now, if you'll see, that's the same Designer Series paper. It's just flipped around. You could do this on the same side if you want, but I like to show the different Designer Series paper. So that's a fold-out card. And I'm going to do one of those too. And this I'm actually going to do in the same color, the Fresh Fig, but I'm going to change up the Designer Series paper. Okay, so you want to do some stamping? All right, so let's bring in my colors first for the first card. I'm going to start slow here. Okay, so this card, I'm going to use pink instead of the Calypso Coral. Okay, so I'm using Petal Pink, and I'm just going to fold this in half. And yes, I did. Okay, and get my bone folder over here. Now remember, I always start in the middle if I'm not scoring it on my with my scoring blade, I just start in the middle and push it outwards, and it seems to give you a better match up better here. So you would fold it here and just push outwards, okay? All right, so there's that. I think you know how to fold the card. Then I already cut the cardstock, so I have my gray granite and then this smaller piece of white. So I'm going to bring in my colors now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp, and I like this kind of stamping because you can just, you know, if you need a quick card, you don't have to use the framelits or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my petal pink, ink that up, put one there, one there. I know for some reason this almost looks like the Calypso Coral, but it's not. And then I'm going to bring in, see, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to bring in my Melon Mambo because I want this a little bit darker. And where's my little flower here? He's hiding. There he is. Okay, so I'm going to bring him in. I don't know if I want him as dark. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, and I'm just going to go right back in there and put that right in the center of that flower. And before I mess anything up, I'm going to close this one up. Well, maybe I'll leave that one open because I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. And then I'm going to take the gray granite, because that's my background. Clean off the small stamp. I got my chamois over here on the side. Didn't have room for it in the front. And I'm going to go ahead with the gray granite. And I'm just going to stamp some more. And I don't necessarily, that one kind of messed up a little bit, but we don't care. It's stamping. That's okay. I would try to go, if I had my Stamparatus, I would just go right over it, but I'm going to leave it. Doesn't matter. It's going to be fine. And it looks like I got a little pink in there, but that's okay too. I don't sweat the small stuff. It's going to look good no matter what. Now, for the mint macaron, I'm going to use the leaf here. And I'm just going to, I might stamp off just for a minute. I just want to see how this is going to, there we go. And maybe I will have a darker one. Maybe I'll put the darker one over this way. I'm just turning that around a little bit. I should be using my mat. So this kind of decorative stamping is nice because you can overlap. Little light there. Stamp off once there, and maybe have this one going up there. Okay, so that's going to be the outside of my card. And this is the inside, so while I'm stamping, I'm going to put that over there, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab my big one, big stamp again. This is why I don't like to close them up, but if I don't close them up, I stick my hands in them. Bring my petal pink back in. Melon Mambo. And for the inside, I'm not going to put the gray. I'm just going to do the green. Put one up. I don't want it as dark, so I'm going to just do it off. I don't want it to take away from that flower in the middle. So that's going to be the corner of my stamp, or my corner of my card. Now I am done with this one. And I'm done with the green, so let's put those away before I get my fingers in them. I'll keep the... Okay, so this is the front of my card, and I'm going to put Hello Friend, and I want this to stand out. So for this one, I am going to put Hello Friend right in the middle. And then what I'm going to do, and I don't have my snail, so I'm just going to use my Fast Fuse, since we still have some. I'm going to layer that right on the gray granite. Gray and pink go great together. And then I'm just going to grab that. Put that right on my card. Make sure I got it open the right way. Layer that right on top of here. Take my inside one. Yes, I overuse this sometimes, but I don't care because I don't want my cards falling apart in the mail. And I'm just going to put this right in here. And I'll leave that blank for a note card. But I still want a little bit more to it, so let's see. What shall I put in there? I'm going to use our epoxies. On this one, I used the little white ones from Santa's. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll use the dark green. Maybe I will use the dark green. What the heck? Let's see how that comes out. These are from Santa's workshop. Oh, no, you know what? I can use this pink, and that probably would look nice, too. Okay, we're going with both of them. Let's see how this comes out. Put that right in there. Oh, yeah, it brings it right out. I like that. The dark green. I like the dark green. Yep, okay. See, this one I used the white. This one I used the dark green. And there's the same card in different colors. But that's what I like to show you. Okay, so we have tent fold cards. And again, this is with Happiness Surrounds, the new stamp set. Cute, quick, easy card. And sometimes you don't want to dig out all your framelits and all that stuff, and you just want to stamp. And how easy is that? Okay, so that's over there. Let's close this up. Now for this one. Okay, so this one I'm going to give you the pieces, the sizes, and everything. And then either later today or tomorrow, I'll edit this. I'll put it, this will be on Facebook, obviously, it's live. And then I always go back and I do put the sizes on here. So no worries, if it's not there, the dimensions will be there tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so for this card, let me bring in these pieces and I will tell you the sizes. Okay, so the first piece is cut lengthwise or vertical or whatever that is. Long ways, you know what I mean. It's a half a sheet of cardstock. It's cut at 4 1/4 by 5. Yeah, right. 4 1/4 by 11. So you're just cutting your cardstock right in half. The 2 pieces of Designer Series paper are 4 by 4. And then I have 2 pieces of white. One is 4 by 2 1/2. And the other one is 4 by 1 1/2. Okay, that's it. That's all I need. And again, I will be putting this on when I edit it tomorrow or add to it tomorrow, okay? So let me bring in my paper trimmer and make sure I got the right side because I don't want to cut this. And here you go. Here's the scoring that I'm going to do. I'm going to score it at 2 1/2. I'm going to score it at 3 1/4. Open up my wing, as I call it. I'm going to score it at 6 and... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, 2 1/2, 3 3/4. 2 1/2, 3 3/4, 6 3/4, and then 8 1/2. Okay, I'll read that again. So it's 2 1/2, 3 3/4, 6 3/4, and then 8 1/4. Did I say 8 1/2? See, that's why I have to write it down. Do it again. 2 1/2, 3 3/4, 6 3/4, and 8 1/4. I think that's what I did. Oh, goodness. And thank you all. I love your comments when you tell me, oh, we don't mind if you make a mistake. So glad. Okay, so it was 8 1/2, and it should not be. Yes, it should. Okay, I'm sorry. It's 8 1/4. Okay. Actually, it's going to come out, I think, the same no matter what, but let me line it up and make sure I got this right. Okay, let's do this again. All right, hang in there with me, Stampers. Here we go. It actually, you can do it on the other side, the other 8 1/4, but I want to do it the same way I did it. Okay, so 2 1/2. 2 1/2. 3 3/4. There we go. 6 3/4. And 8 1/4. Ta-da! That's why I cut 2 of them. I knew I'd make a mistake the first time. I still get nervous on here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold these. Even though I can't see you, it still makes me nervous talking on Facebook like this. And believe me, I am a talker. Anybody that knows me knows that. I'm just going to fold those. Get real crisp edges, okay? You want real crisp edges, so you're just going to keep playing with those folds. Okay. Now these 2 ends are actually a little bit different, okay? So this one's the 2, and so you want the wider one at the top. I'm sorry, at the bottom, because that's got to fit in there, okay? So this one's just a tad bit. Okay, so here we go. So it's going to look like this. That's why I said it doesn't matter. This one would work fine because you're covering this up anyway. Does that make sense? That little bit of that 8 1/2, 8 1/4, it's really not going to matter because you are covering this. So here's your scored lines, and then you're just folding it like that. I did this a while back, but I just like these colors and this designer series paper, so I wanted to do it again. Now for this, I'm going to lay this flat, and I'm not going all the way to the edges, as you can see. I'm snailing that, because this is going to be a little bit, this is a 1/4 of an inch narrower, and I don't want my glue on the edges. So I'm going to glue that one down. So I said it doesn't matter how wide that is, because you're covering it up. The middle portion, do the same thing. And this one I'm going to do, this is what I said, I'm using different sides of the designer series paper. So that's the middle one. Okay, so the wider piece is here. The first panel has this piece on it. Then you got that smaller panel. And then the next panel, the 3rd panel, is where you put your 3rd piece. Let me turn it around here. So it looks like that. Okay. So let me just leave that. Now I got these 2 pieces, and I'm going to stamp. Okay, so I'm going to use congratulations. I want that one. I want that one. And this one. Okay. All right. So for this, I'm going to use the fresh fig. And this one is going to have, let me do this. This is going to be the congratulations. And this could be, I mean, any kind of congratulations card, because it says, here's to new beginnings. It could be a wedding card. It could be somebody getting a new job. Okay. And here's to new beginnings here. And then I'm going to take that little flower again. Clean that off. And I'm going to do it in the, again, with the fresh fig. But I'm only doing half of it. And I really should be using my mat. That's why it's coming out like that, but there we go. Do as I say, not as I do. Isn't that what your mother said when you were a kid? Okay. I'm not too concerned about that. Kind of looks kind of neat, actually. Flowers never have the same petals. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this back around. I'm going to take this piece. Now this is the wider piece, remember. And I'm putting that on the back panel here, or the last panel. Then I'm going to lay it down. This one is going to go right in here. So you want to make sure that that's covering it, because you don't want to see it until you open it. Okay, so it would close like that. That's why you want to make sure that piece is under there. And this piece just fits exactly in there. So I got my congratulations. All right, now I just need to get my little piece of white, which is right here. And for this one, I did use shimmery white because I wanted it to stand out a little bit. Okay, so bring in my other little pieces. So for this one, I got 2 of these, which are the fig, and then of course I got this one, which is the velvet paper, which you're gonna love if you, as soon as you can get it, you're gonna love it. I'm just gonna poke these out. I didn't run my brush through it. They really fall out so easy anyway. Now, this is what I said, this one is gonna be a little bit different. And then let's just poke some of these out. Hear a little silence. So again, remember this set will be both sets, and the framelits will be ready to order on November 1st. Also, I want to remind any of you stampers that are near me, I have my holiday buffet that's filling up fast. That is on October 26th, which is a Friday night, or you can come on Sunday afternoon. Okay. All right. Oh, forgot that one. Get those out of there. So if you want to sign up for my holiday buffet, there's still time. The deadline is October 20th. It's a lot of cutting card stock, so please let me know by the 20th, okay? And if you sign up for Friday night and can't come, you can still come Sunday. I just have to know how many people are coming. Okay, there's my pieces. All right. So for this, I'm going to use my detailed glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around, and I'm just going to put a little detailed glue. I love this detailed glue. You could use Tombow also. I tend to use the detailed glue because it's got a finer tip, and it just works better for me. You don't want to bring too much glue down till you see where you're going to put this on your card. So I'm going to flip that around. I'm going to lay that right here. Now, what I usually do is put something on it while I'm doing the other one. This way, by the time I'm done with this one, it'll be dry. Or pretty close to it. So I like to put them right in the center of the flowers here. That's where I put the most glue. And with this, less is more, okay? Because you don't want it squirting out. Even though it dries clear, you just don't want it squirting out. I might as well do my white one too. So I'm going to put them on there pretty quick, so it's not going to have time to dry. But what you want to make sure is that you close up this glue as soon as you're done. For those of you that haven't used it, you know it dries pretty quick. Okay. And this is like an eye test right here. Okay, so let me lift that back up. So there's the purple, or the fresh fig. Here I'm going to put the white so it stands out. And then I'm going to put another fresh fig right on top of that one. And I'm just going to set that down for a second. Okay? While I'm doing that, while that's drying, I'm going to take the For You. And I'm just going to stamp that right here. And this, again, is in the shimmery paper. And I'm just going to cut a small piece of that shimmery. So I usually line it up like this. Oop. Okay. And then, let's see. Well, once I put it on there, I'll see if that's how long I want it. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to bring in one more thing here. I'm going to bring in 2 of these because I'm going to make them a little bit different. This is with our glimmer paper, or glitter paper. Here's some more flowers. Okay, so I'm playing around here now. This one I haven't done yet. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep, I can do that. This one has adhesive already on it because I ran that through my adhesive sheets like I did on Friday. And let me get my glue again. I think I'm going to put it on here. Remember, this is going to be a little bit different, and I haven't really practiced how I'm going to do it. Not actually practice, you know what I'm talking about. I just like to change it up a little bit so you can see something different. So I don't even know what I'm doing until I get on here at night. Okay. So let's put this one right here because it's going to show a little bit better. Just going to hold that down for a second. I could actually use a dimensional too if I wanted to, but the other one has a dimensional. This one's already sticky, so I'm just going to stick him down there. Hold it just for a minute. Decide where I'm going to put this, which is right about here. Okay, so here's the beginning of it, okay? Got a lot of purple in there, or fresh fig, but it's all going to pop out really nice in a minute. Let me grab my dimensionals. And for this, I'm using the regular size dimensionals. And I'm going to put 3 of those on there. Not those 3 because they're stuck together. Put this right here. There we go. Flip that back around. And I'm going to put that right about here. Okay. Now, in case you want to see the other one, here's the other one. Okay, so it's a little bit different, but I'll bring them both back in a minute. Okay. So now I'm looking at it, and I've got these little guys that I had already made up earlier, extras. So I'm thinking, let me add some green to it. Make it pop out even more. What do you think? Oh, yeah. So for this, and this I'm just going to put a... Whoop, I just ripped him. We'll grab another one. I actually should be using the snail, but I don't know. It's buried under here. So, oh, there it is. Right in front of my face. I'm just going to stick him underneath here. Just so it kind of makes it pop out a little bit more. Plus, there's a little more greenery in there, and I kind of like that. So let's stick him over here. There we go. All right, looking good so far? Still needs something, right? And you know what it needs. It needs bling. So I'm going to bring in my frosted epoxies. The droplets. Love, love, love those. I hope they make it into the annual catalog because I really do like these. Okay, for the larger one, I'm going to put that right in here. I'm going to put another one right in here. He can go right over that. And then the smaller ones, just to make these pop out a little more, I'm going to put that there. Put one there. And I think one more is needed right here. And then it would open like this. However, I think it needs 2 more. So if I close it up, I want that one there. Get over here, come on. And I want that one right there. Okay, and there it is. Yeah, doodads, they're all doodads. So there's my other one. Now remember, you just make sure you get this folded real good, scored real good, and you have a fold-out card. Flip card, fold-out card. Isn't that great? Who wouldn't want to get this card in the mail? Now let me bring in the one with the blue, the blueberry bushel. Okay, so there's the 2 of them, side by side. And of course, opening them up, right? What do you think? What do you think, Stampers? Oh, thanks, Pam. Thanks, Stacy. Okay, so let me bring in the other cards again and show you. So these are my 2 favorites, of course. Oh, they're all my favorites. Then, of course, we've got when you just feel like stamping. And I got my finger on that, so you know what we're going to do with that, right? Because I got ink on there. Well, we're going to put some doodads on it. Put one right there. My inky fingers got on there. There we go. Oh, wow. Look at that. Like it even better that way. And then we have... this one just blows my mind because I just can't believe how much that stamp inside looks like that. And I love it. And then we have this one. And then we have very, I don't want to say simple, because it's kind of simple, but it's elegant, I think. Okay. So those are the ones from Happiness Surrounds. Now, for anybody that missed Fridays, I'll bring in the ones from Snow is Glistening. Okay. And we do have quite a few of those. I don't want to get ink all over these cards. Okay, so this was the blue one from Friday with the vellum paper. And then, of course, we did, I had one that I had done, and then I did one live. This is with the Rich Razzleberry and the Rose Glimmer paper. These were Friday's cards, and you can go back and watch that, too. And this had a lot of the flocking or velvet paper on it. And then the just white on white with the Cherry Cobbler Merry Christmas. These tend to be, I think, a lot of favorites for people because they're simple and elegant. And then here was another fold-out card, a Z-fold card, the opposite way that I usually do it. And then we have the Joy, where I cut that snowflake out and then put it right back in there and backed it up with some glitter paper. And this is our gold foil card bases that are already made for you. And this is the silver one. A lot of people like this tree. Had a lot of people say they didn't even like the tree until they saw this card. Okay, so that one. Whoop, and there's a doodad on that one. And then, of course, my flurry of snowflakes. And then this, again, was another one that I had done with the First Frost Designer Series paper and framelit. So look at all the cards you can make with those two sets. I mean, it's amazing. Okay. Love, love, love them. Let me turn this up here. Hi, Stampers. Okay. So, I do have to do my giveaway. And I will do that right now as soon as I fix my camera. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I will check all the emails or all the messages when I'm upstairs in a little while. Thank you all for watching. And let me grab my computer now and see who is going to win the prize patrol. Oh, let me show you what you're winning first. Some doodads. These are our clear fauceted gems, which are going to go great on with this set. Oh my God, it will go so nice. Number 3. Okay, where's my list? Oh, here it is. Number 3 is, oh, Jen Glody. Jen Glody, you're going to get these in the mail. Congratulations. So again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Oh, thank you, Angie. I love sharing. I love sharing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you have a great week ahead. And I will see you back here Friday morning at 7 o'clock, okay? Good night, Stampers. Happy stamping. See you Friday.